Thanks, Paul. On behalf of the entire athletic department, I want to welcome you to the Hall of Fame, and certainly want to congratulate our inductees. Today, the practices don't seem as long, the bus rides as uncomfortable, and certainly those early morning workouts as arduous. We've been playing athletics here for a long time, 1917. And over those many, many years, thousands of coaches and student athletes have added to the rich tradition. But only 225 have been inducted into the Hall of Fame, including this group today. I think that's pretty special. This also marks a milestone year for us. This is the 40th year of the Hall of Fame. That initial group of 1975 inductees kind of reads like a who of the athletic department. Lorenzo Wright, Alan Talmadge, David L. Holmes, Charlie Primus, Andrew Clark. Those are some of the greats of athletic history. And people say, well, is there a connection between that group and now? And I say, well, maybe things are a little bit different now. If you ask Jon Weisman, he never thought he was coming to Wayne State to play baseball. Former assistant coach Brad Gratz worked on him and worked on him. And finally, he agreed to make a visit. At that time, the head baseball coach was Jay Alexander. And he remembered Jay taking him out to the baseball field. And these are Jon's words. He said, the field was massive and in need of a little TLC. He was being kind. It looked like Nebraska during plow season. And we played baseball there. He remembered talking to Jay and looking out at the field. There were no dugouts, no green monster, no fences. In fact, the home run fence was the chain link fence that ran around the sidewalk by the service route. He said to Jay, do you bring in fences during the games? Jay said no. Jon thought he was kidding him. But he said, I saw the commitment and the passion in Jay Alexander. And he said, I went and I met some of the people, and they were genuine. They seemed like they really enjoyed what they were doing. And this was the right place for me. Coach Alexander came back for the event. Jay, stand up, be recognized. There's a whole fraternity of guys here today for the baseball induction. And I think they're probably going to get together later and maybe have an adult beverage or two. I got to tell you, the baseball program was in pitiful shape. Jay was the first coach that I ever hired, first baseball coach that I ever hired. And it was always funny meeting with him because he would say things that I could never quite understand, like, don't let your first be your last, which I didn't really know what that meant. Or we're going to have to cut the biblical cord, which I thought had like a church reference to it. Or where we used to tell the hitters, if you hit 100 on this side of the plate and 100 down the middle and 100 on this side, you hit 300. Well, it worked though. Jon Weisman, when he graduated, had 8 records. Most home runs at 36, slugging percentage of .616, games with extra base hits, 91, games played at 195, including 3 games he started in the outfield. Who filled out that lineup card? And he had a fielding percentage of .986. He could hit and field. I asked him, what was it like back then? He said, well, it was tough. You know, there wasn't a whole lot. And Jon was right. But people like Jon Weisman and a few others took that challenge. That baseball team is now one of the regional's perennial powers. For the last 5 years, we've been in the NCAA tournament, 9 of the last 12. In 75 years of baseball, Jon's team was the first to ever get to an NCAA tournament. And Coach Kelly has kept that tradition going. I asked him, what do you remember about that decision? I mean, was it a good one? He goes, coming to Wayne State was the best decision I ever made in my life. He said, I met my wife, Laura, a former women's hockey player here at Wayne State. Laura, stand up. He said, I met friends who have now become lifetime buddies. He said, people that are inseparable as part of my life. And he was part of building a foundation that has now become a measurement of success for all our baseball teams. You know, Arthur Miller, the great playwright, once said that if I can see the ending, I can work backwards. Jon could never have seen the ending that has led to his marriage and the friendships and the foundation. But I can tell you this, if you had to paint that ending today that culminates in the Hall of Fame, you'd have to say it was a happy ending. Jon, congratulations.
Mr. Jon Weisman, please come forward. Jon's citation reads in part, Jon Weisman was a 4-year baseball letter winner, 2004 through 2007. A native of Woodhaven, Michigan, he was a 3-time All-GLIAC selection and a 2-time All-Region honoree. After redshirting in 2003, he led the 2004 squad with a .593 slugging percentage. The following year, he helped the Warriors to their first NCAA tournament appearance by batting .315 with a team-leading 9 home runs to earn honorable mention All-GLIAC accolades. In 2006, he was voted to the North Central Region second team after leading the squad in home runs, RBIs, doubles, slugging percentage, and total bases. He earned first-team All-GLIAC and All-Region honors as a senior after setting career highs in batting average, home runs, total bases, slugging percentage, walks, and on-base percentage. At the time of graduation, he held 8 school records and was in the top 5 in another 5 categories. His home run total of 36 leads the second place mark by 11, while his 91 extra base hits is 12 more than anyone else in Wayne State history. Jon, who graduated with a degree in management from the School of Business Administration, was a 4-time GLIAC All-Academic selection. He recorded a term GPA above 3.0 all 10 semesters, including 6 above a 3.5. Rob, President Wilson, it gives me great pleasure to present Mr. Jon Weisman for induction into the Wayne State University Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you. It's a tremendous honor to be up here. I first want to offer congratulations to the other athletes being inducted today. All of you represent the best in your respective sport, and it's truly a privilege to be up here. I would also like to thank the selection committee, the individuals who nominated me, Rob along with his entire staff, and Wayne State University. Without you, I wouldn't be up here receiving this tremendous honor. Since I received the call notifying me that I was going to be inducted, I've had the opportunity to go back through previous pictures, relive stories with former teammates, and appreciate my time spent at Wayne State. Throughout my career, there have been a number of people who have made a huge impact on me, both athletically and personally. I would like to take a few moments to thank them today. As far as coming to Wayne State, I would like to thank the 3 men who pushed me in this direction. The first being Bob Kloss. Bob was my high school coach, a fellow Wayne State alum, and a fellow Hall of Famer. The next is Brad Gratz. Brad coached at another high school and ended up being the pitching coach here for my first 2 years here. Without them, I wouldn't be here today. The final coach is Jay Alexander. You've heard the stories that Rob just told, and I can't thank the man enough. Jay had just taken over the coaching duties and really sold me on the direction the program was headed. Without them, this couldn't be possible today, so thank you. Whatever success I've had on the field could not have happened on its own. I can't thank the other coaches enough. Jay, Ryan, and Brad, thank you for pushing in me and believing in my abilities, no matter what the situation was. To all of my teammates, the year spent playing with all of you was a great time and something I will never forget. From the 2005 championship season to the infamous Pepsi can incident, these are stories we share together forever. Everything that happened on the field was a direct result of what we did as a team. I'm extremely thankful to have you as teammates and how that has continued to develop into friendships I will have forever. Thank you. Next, I want to thank my biggest supporters and role models, my parents. Without your love, support, and guidance, I wouldn't be in this spot. From an early age, you instilled in me what can be accomplished with hard work. I truly appreciate all the sacrifices you've given up to support me. From the week away in Florida to all the games here in Michigan, I can't think of many instances where you guys weren't there in support. No matter what the outcome of the game was or how I did, you were always there to offer positive encouragement or ask me why I swung at the first pitch. None of this would be possible without the great foundation you've given me. Thank you. Wayne State not only gave me the opportunity to play baseball and get an education, but it also gave me the opportunity to meet my wonderful wife, Laura. After speaking with Laura this past week, she made a startling discovery. My stats had only gotten better since I met her, so thank you. Other than my parents, Laura has been my biggest supporter. Whether it was at the field after a long week of practice or after one of our cozy bus rides, she was always there. To this day, she continues to be my biggest supporter. Thank you. I'm extremely fortunate to be here today receiving this honor, and I want to thank all of my family and friends in attendance. I'm a lucky man to have so many amazing people in my life, and I'm extremely thankful that you are here sharing this special day with me. This is a day I will never forget. I'm thrilled to be part of the class of 2015. Thank you.